Namaste, konbanwa, konnichiwa, hello as they say. And let me welcome amidst us a very dear friend of the Suzuki AMA, Center for Japanese Management. He is almost like a patron and advisor, and while I'll speak a little more about him, I think the first and foremost, he has made this evening possible for us. Let us welcome with a big round of applause Mr. Kinji Saito. I would request the President of AMA, Mr. Dr. Sawan Goriawala, to please come and present this small little memento to him. And of course, Sawan, please. And I would also like to welcome our another very dear friend who has been with AMA in our several academic pursuits, and he is Dr. Hitesh Shukla, who is a professor in business management from the Saurashtra University at Rajkot. But he specializes into family governance and has done a lot of research work on the Suzukis in particular, and of course on several business aspects of Japan. I would request Yatindra Sharma, our past president, and the chairman of the Economic Cooperation Council, to please present this to him, and Divesh Bhai will please join him, Divesh Bhai, in putting the shawl, the stroll for him. Divesh Bhai is the vice president of the Indo-Japan Friendship Association and also our past president at AMA. Thank you very much. And somebody was asking me, is this an occasion for mourning the demise of Osamu Suzuki-san? And I said, no, this is an occasion when we want to derive inspiration from his life, leadership, and legacy. And that's what AMA, and I'm sure the entire team of office bearers at AMA and the Indo-Japan Friendship Association who are here will be very proud that the Suzuki AMA Center for Japanese Management is presenting its very first program this evening, which is an inspirational, interactive evening session with all of you friends, where we will be going down the memory lane of Osamu Suzuki-san. And who could be better than Mukund? May I request you to please show a picture which I think all would like to first guess from where this could be. You have this picture. It's a picture of 1983. And if you see in the center, the gentleman putting his hands across the two young people, he is, of course, Osamu Suzuki-san. But next to the lady on the left is a gentleman who used to have a lot of hair in those days, and of course, with all his worries and tensions, has lost it now, like me. And he's none else but Mr. Kinji Saito himself. And, he started his journey with Suzuki in 1981. And next time you have to make a presentation about Suzuki's, Hitesh Bhai, you should know He joined at the young age of 22. He is from Hamamatsu, the native place of the Suzukis. And he says, what percentage of population in Hamamatsu are Suzukis? Kinji-san? 10%. And he always tells me, like in Gujarat, you have Patels, in Hamamatsu and Shizuoka, you have Suzukis, in dozens, hundreds rather, thousands now. So he has been with Suzuki for 44 years and very close to Osamu-san right from those days. Mukund will have a more recent picture. Here you are. And you will see in the center is, of course, the illustrious Prime Minister Abe. Next to him on the left is Osamu Suzuki-san. And next to Osamu-san is, again, Kinji Saito. We are very happy. I just wanted to show these two pictures. I had a great difficulty stealing them from him. I had to actually... though Gujarati is dry, I had to make him a little wet, to be able to get these out of his phone. But thank you so much. It was just to share with you that here is a speaker from whom you will be learning today so many things firsthand. So I don't want to stand between him and you today. But before that, Mukund will please come here, friends. I want to. We are very deeply honored and touched at the Suzuki AMA Center to have received 5 very important messages, video tributes, and I would like to start with, you remember in this very JB auditorium, you were there, many of you, we had Governor Yasutomo Suzuki, the present governor of Shizuoka, and who was for more than 16 years the mayor of Hamamatsu. So he will present this first video tribute. It's in Japanese, but with the...
昨年12月25日にご逝去されました鈴木修鈴木株式会社相談役に対し心からの哀悼の意を表します。私にとっては20年以上にわたり公私ともに大変お世話になった父親のような存在であり、現在も埋めることができない喪失感でいっぱいです。オサム相談役は1958年の入社後60年以上にわたり鈴木の発展のために尽力されました。そして、オサム相談役といえば、やはりインドであります。1980年初頭、未開の市場とされていたインドに、世界の自動車メーカーに先駆けて進出をし、今やインド国内のシェアの約4割を占めるまでの成長を成し遂げられました。まさに慧眼であります。オサム相談役はインドに工場を建設された時から食堂で従業員と共に並び、一緒に食事をとっていたと伺いました。まさになぜオサム相談役がインドの皆様に心から慕われていたのかを表すエピソードだと思います。静岡県は昨年12月24日に鈴木のインド拠点の一つがあるグジャラード州と友好協定書を締結いたしました。そして、オサム相談役はまるで我々の友好協定書締結を見届けるかのように、翌25日にご逝去されました。静岡県といたしましては、オサム相談役のご意思をしっかりと受け継ぎ、グジャラード州を中心にインドとの一層の交流推進に努め、日印両国の友好親善に貢献してまいりますので、オサム相談役には安らかにお休みいただければと思います。最後になりますが、改めて鈴木オサム相談役のこれまでの偉業に敬意を表するとともに、心よりご冥福をお祈りいたします。
What a touching an inspiring message. 24th December, the signing of so many important things took place. The Shizuoka, Gujarat, Hamamatsu, Ahmedabad, and of course the Suzuki AMA Center. And as Governor mentioned, probably, Osamu-san was always very passionate about this relationship. And therefore, I think it was just in witness that he saw this almost and then departed from this world. We are very privileged to also have our ambassador of Japan in India, His Excellency Mr. Keichi Ono, who in fact met his son, Mr. Yoshihiro Suzuki, the current president of Suzuki Motors, only last week. An ambassador has sent us a very lovely message. I would request that it may kindly be played.
Hello everyone. My name is Ono Keiichi, Ambassador of Japan to India. I deeply value this opportunity to pay my heartfelt tribute to Mr. Suzuki Osa, former chairman of the Suzuki Motor Corporation. Mr. Suzuki was not only a visionary leader who significantly shaped the automotive industry in both Japan and India, but he was also instrumental in nurturing an enduring friendship between our two countries. Before assuming my current post, I had the privilege of visiting the Suzuki headquarters in Hamamatsu. During my visit, I observed the presence of many Indian employees actively contributing to the company. I also noticed that the company cafeteria thoughtfully offered vegetarian curry, reflecting a broader effort to respect and accommodate the cultural preferences of their diverse workforce. Such practices exemplify the inclusive spirit and cross-cultural understanding that Mr. Suzuki fostered, which help to deepen the connection between Japan and India. I extend my sincere condolences to his family, his colleagues at the Suzuki Motor Corporation, and all the lives he has touched. His legacy will inspire many generations to come. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much.
How well said, his personality will inspire many generations to come. And that's what this evening we are also going to talk about. I would now go to Japan, move to Tokyo, and we are also very privileged to have a message, of course, not in voice, but through words. In fact, he was instrumental in felicitating Osamu Suzuki-san last year on the Shizuoka Day celebrations that were held in Tokyo, Japan. And the 90-year plus patriarch was very warmly felicitated by His Excellency Mr. Sibi George, the ambassador of India in Tokyo. This is a very special occasion, a memorable one, and let's see what Ambassador C.B. George had to say at that time. Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador. He was traveling all along, but he was very kind enough to share this pictures and a very special message that he had spoken about Suzuki-san on that occasion. We are very privileged to also have our own patron advisor of the Indo-Japan Friendship Association, the former ambassador of India to Japan, and also who's currently the Director General at the Institute of Defense Studies, And friends at AMA will recall he comes here very often. Our own very dear Ambassador Sujan Chinoy, what he has to say, because he was very close with Osamu-san.
Friends, it was a moment of great sadness for me to learn of the passing of Mr. Osamu Suzuki on 25 December 2024. Tributes were quick to pour in from different parts of the world in the wake of his passing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi described him as a legendary figure in the global automotive industry. Osamu Suzuki-san was a visionary. Early on, he took a long-term bet on India. In 1983, he entered into an agreement with Maruti Udyog Limited to jointly produce cars in India. The Maruti Suzuki 800 proved to be a trailblazer just like him. It brought to India new technologies and manufacturing techniques, and a very large number of vendors as well. Supply chains in the automotive industry grew by leaps and bounds because of the faith that he reposed in the Indian industry. Winning the hearts and minds of Indian customers with a vast array of products, the Suzuki patriarch continued to champion the cause of Japanese investments in India throughout his life. Personally, I got to know Osamu Suzuki-san quite well during my tenure as the Ambassador of India to Japan from 2015 to 2018. He attended the very first welcome event for me organized by the Japan-India Association. Such was his grace and dignity. He hosted a wonderful farewell for me in Hamamatsu on the eve of my departure at the end of 2018. Even after I returned to India, our association continued during his visits to India. On each occasion, he provided new insights and observations about promoting the special strategic and global partnership between India and Japan. Under his guidance, Maruti Suzuki India set up a Japan-India Center for Manufacturing to promote vocational training as part of the Skill India program. His advice on green transitions and sustainable mobility solutions, including for the cold chain, were invaluable. His passing is lamented by his many friends, fans, and admirers all over the country. He has left behind a huge and irreplaceable void in our bilateral ties, indeed, in our very hearts. His rich contributions will forever remain part of the history and folklore of our ties with Japan. I take this opportunity to convey my deepest condolences to Mr. Toshihiro Suzuki, the president of the Suzuki Motor Corporation, and all members of the Maruti Suzuki family, both in India as well as in Japan. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Ambassador Chinoy. His message reflects how warm and affectionate Osamu Suzuki-san was in maintaining his relations. And last but not the least, we are very privileged to have this message from His Excellency Ambassador Mr. Hideaki Domichi, former Ambassador of Japan to India and currently Senior Director of the Suzuki Motor Corporation. And his association with us here at AMA dates back right from 2009. So it's been like 16 years. So we are very privileged to have Ambassador Domichi write something amidst his busy schedules about Osamu Suzuki-san. He writes, I first met then Chairman Osamu Suzuki in December 2007 after I was posted to India as ambassador. Since then, I have met the chairman every time he comes to India, and he has taught me a great deal. I knew nothing about production and sales front lines of manufacturing industry, but every word he said seemed to me like deep wisdom that had never been written anywhere else. So one day I asked him, why don't you write about in my CV in the Nihon Keizai newspaper? He smiled and said, Suzuki is a small and medium-sized company. I will publish a book, not my CV. That was the book, I'm an SME, Small and Medium Enterprise. He was the father of SMEs, which was published in 2009. And Domichi-san writes, I retired as ambassador in 2011, but I continued to exchange ideas with him and New Year cards. And Osamu Suzuki was a close friend of former Prime Minister Modi, who served as president of the Japan-India Association, and the late former Prime Ministers Abe and Suga. But in India, he was exceptionally close to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So from Modi to Abe, Suga, and Prime Minister Modi. In his later years, he had a speech impediment and spoke in writing. But he wrote in red ink, smiled when he finished. I will never forget that smile. How beautifully articulated a message. Thank you, Mukund, for playing all the 5 messages. We are very deeply honored. Governor Suzuki and 4 ambassadors, paying a rich tribute to Osamu Suzuki-san. And now, of course, I would invite, amidst a warm round of applause, Mr. Kinji Saito to please come and make his presentation. And friends, let me tell you, after Saito-san and another presentation by Dr. Shukla, we will have interactive session. You may want to ask questions, and here is one who will very candidly answer so many of them, except for private matters of Suzuki Motors Gujarat. So Hayasaka-san need not worry. I am also privileged to specially welcome amidst us a few of the dignitaries from Suzuki Motors, the chairman of Suzuki Motors Gujarat, Mr. Hayasaka, the Director General of JETRO, Mr. Yoshida, and several members of the Japan-India Association and Suzuki Corporation. We are very privileged to have them as well. And friends, a warm round of applause for Mr. Kinji Saito.
So, Mukesh-san, thank you very much for the introduction and all the members here. When I received a call from Mukesh-san on 3rd January night in Japan, and he was, talking about the event which we held in last December. And I was wondering what is the purpose of this phone call. Then he started saying, because of, we made this agreement between the Suzuki and AMA. So, and at the time of a very sad situation, but we should take this opportunity towards a very positive consideration what was Mr. Suzuki did and what we can do in the future also. So that was his proposal to me, and I could not escape from this. So fortunately, I was to come to India this month. So I changed slightly my schedule, and I came here. So thank you very much for all the audience to come here. And so I hope this is a real first step of our activity between the Suzuki and the AMA for the business development study. And I want this kind of consideration should continue from now on. So I'm starting from the some brief introduction of the history of Suzuki. This is Mr. Osamu Suzuki related, but not to the not so recent one. But originally, he was born in a very mountainous area in Japan. And then actually he went to the World War II and came back. And then he graduated at the Chuo University. and joined Suzuki in 1958. So, and what he did was, although he was not engineer, he volunteered to join the construction project of the Toyokawa plant, which was a new plant. And he had a rich experience at that time to know what we have to do for the construction of the plant and the operating of the plant. So coming back to the headquarters of Suzuki, then, and he became a part of the management and became a president in 1978. From this timing, he did a very big role. In 1978, Suzuki was in big trouble because the small car market in Japan was shrinking, because many people want to buy bigger size of cars, but small size cars are not so much interested. So our business was shrinking. So he considered how we can revive or how we can remake another market, new market for the small cars. Then he took lead to develop the Alto. Alto was developed by the leadership of Mr. Suzuki. Then during the time that to make the very affordable price cars with a basic function only, but nice shape, he ordered to the engineers, so we should reduce the cost as much as possible. Then the engineers said, not possible, sir, more we cannot do. Then he said, okay, if it is so, remove the engine. Then all the members become so serious that, oh my God, Mr. Suzuki, president is so serious to do it. We have to do any kind of things. Then this is a phenomenal car Alto was developed and started production. Then it was, launched at the low price of, only 470,000 yen. It's less than 500,000 yen. Nowadays, all cars are beyond 1 million yen. At that time, making that kind of car was impossible. It was believed like this. But he did it. Then this car made a huge success because of this basic function and nice looking and affordable price, new car. It was received by the customers in Japan that a second car in the house. And because of this, a lot of ladies starting driving cars and go to the working place and making some social activities. So this car changed the Japan society a lot in terms of ladies' activities, ladies' participation to the society. And that made the small car market in Japan a huge size. And because of this, Suzuki could revive. And Suzuki started increasing the business. So this is the first big success of Mr. Suzuki done in 1979. When I joined Suzuki in 1981, my first job was counting and make a report how many back orders. Back order means how many pending orders we have. That was my first job. And always Mr. Suzuki criticized me that, Mr. Saito, you don't know the business, how to sell cars, but you count the only pending orders. So that is his criticism to me, always for the 40 years. But it was very, big success. And this car becomes Maruti 800 here. And after that, Maruti, production started. So Vice Prime Minister of Hungary came to India. And he visited the Maruti factory and he found this car is a good car. And this car should be introduced in European market. Let's discuss with Suzuki to produce it in Hungary. It was just before the Hungary became independent from Russia. And our decision made Hungarian people so confident that they can be independent from Russian economy, and they became independent. So that decision was just before the Berlin's walls broken. So even now, the Hungarian people were so happy and so respect the Mr. Suzuki decision at that time. And now Hungary is a very large base of the car manufacturing. Not only Suzuki, but also Mercedes, BMW, Audis, and they made such a big plant in Hungary, and a lot of component manufacturers also followed that. So that was majorly because success in India. In many countries, not only Hungary, we produce small cars, affordable cars, and people's cars. So this is the story, but very heavily related to India's history here. Suzuki's history is because of this small car and India project. So we, after the increase of our production size and sales size, so we became 50-50 partner in 1992. And after some discussion with the government for the disinvestment, in 2002, we became 54%. And next year, we listed the Maruti Suzuki in a stock exchange. So after this, the Suzuki's second era happened. Then we had to come to here and to produce the cars more and more, majorly for the export purpose in Gujarat states. So he received Padma Bhushan in 2007. So that was just before we come here. Then we are very much encouraged to do the project here. So this is some point of our celebration. But in 2017, we made the Gujarat plant here operational. And just 3 years ago, we could celebrate the 40th anniversary of Suzuki operation in India. Prime Minister Modi kindly came to this place only for this purpose. And at that time, Prime Minister Kishida in Japan sent the video message to celebrate that also. So two prime ministers of both countries celebrated our 40th anniversary. It was a great honor for us. So if we consider the market size change, this is like this. And after the operation started in 2017, again, market is increasing. So we are saved by the Gujarat government that we could make a good and big plant in Gujarat state. Then we could catch up the speed of the market expansion. Now, our total business is something like, 5 trillion yen, something like this. But 42% of the total revenue is from India. So we thank India, but also we consider that the India relationship is so important for us. And now India is not a foreign country for us. This is home country, and especially the great Gujarat state is our second home in the world. So these are the photos, what we're doing. This is Gurgaon plant and Manesar plant. Now Gujarat plant, we are adding another one building for the another 0.25 million capacity. It will become 1 million capacity, this plant only. And we plan to make another 1 million plant in this state. So that is how we, we are big in Gujarat state itself. Apart from that business, we consider that it is important for not only for the employees but people here. We established schools and hospitals here also. Now I'm talking about the history in some details, and then what Mr. Suzuki considered, and he made such a relation as a leadership toward other people. When government of India considered let's make Maruti Limited to be some people's car company in India, they came to Japan, and Suzuki raised its hands after the deadline of the application. And then we were rejected as the first time, but Mr. Suzuki said, okay, we have to do our maximum work, after the rejected situation, so let's do it again. Then, fortunately, at that time, government of India did not decide the partner finally, so our application reached, and they because of many reasons, they reconsidered all the things and came again to Japan and meet us. And the major reason was to select Suzuki was, other manufacturers, top management, greet them in 10 minutes. But the top management said, okay, please continue the discussion with our subordinates. Gone. But Mr. Suzuki did such a discussion by his own hands, using the whiteboard, how we have to construct all the buildings like this. What should be the size of the height of this building? What should be the layout of that things? So continued more than 2 hours, and according to Mr. R.C. Bhargava, they were so impressed by his attitude that he's hands-on and he knows all the business. And if he takes the leadership, maybe this project will be successful. That was his feeling. It was a major part of the reason that Suzuki was selected, according to Mr. R.C. Bhargava. So, but what he said at that time was, but we don't know how to do the business in India. We know only the way in Japan. Are you okay? Then Mr. R.C. Bhargava said, okay, let's do it together, and we'll induct the how to do of Japan in India, and you please come to the India frequently. So preparation started. At that time, we made a joint venture agreement as our 26% only the partner. But we put one condition that the major decision related to manufacturing cars should be, after the agreement of Suzuki. So that is why we could input our knowledge and experience to the project, make it successful. So at that time, our annual profit was exactly the same as we put as equity here. And government of India told us start the production in 18 months. And it was December 83. And I think it was a birthday of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, something like this. So we could do it, and we could start the production at that time. And when this ceremony was done for the start of the production. The Prime Minister Indira Gandhi came to the place, and she was so surprised. Wow, it's so clean all over the working place, and all employees wore the same uniform, including top management, Mr. R.C. Bhargava and Mr. Krishnamurti. And one office, not a small manager's office, but everybody get together. They share the same one canteen. Mr. Bhargava sit next to the shop floor workers also, and talk each other and eat together. So morning exercise, morning meeting. So this, after watching this, the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi told us that please continue this way of management and this way of operation in India and spread into Indian society. So that was a meaningful and very kind word to us to support our consideration, our way of business here. So we did it, a greenfield project, because we had a bit bad experience in other countries that we inducted experienced people, and they could not understand the Japanese way of very efficient, very accurate way of working. So we started the new employee employment only for the shop workers. So, but not only that, we brought them to Japan. More than 3,000 employees went to there and had a 3 months or 6 months, experience in working in the Suzuki Japan factory. And they learned, wow, this is going on. The concept was real. So we had to do the same thing in India. They learned a lot from this experience. So then many people started speaking Japanese. The Maruti Suzuki, we can't hide anything because, even in the Japanese language, they understand it. And we shared all the things together. So our technology transfer is not the papers, but work together, experience together. So we could increase the size of the production, and we could invite lots of component manufacturers because our number of the production and sale became large. So economy of scale is realized. So fortunately, because of this, we could make very big success in this project, thanking to the government of India that they did not allow other manufacturers to come until our project reached to the 100,000 units. So in 1992, because of economic reform policy of the government of India, started to induct other car manufacturers also. That is why their proposal was, let's become 50-50 equity partners. So then we made such a revision of the joint venture agreement. But anyway, we have the rich human resources here, and the customers are so price sensitive. We had to make a very affordable price car, and the quality, performance, delivery are very much required to do it. So that trained us much. Then we could have very successful operation here. I must say, India's operation is a world less expensive, cost of production in the world. So still we can keep this position because of this very tough trend in the first beginning 10 years. So anyway, we were alone and we developed the market. So it was together with the government of India. So anyway, we have the relationship with the government of India in our history. In a new joint venture agreement in 1992, so management director was nominated by turn in 5 years. It means from 92, Suzuki nominate, and then 97, government will nominate. That was the rule. So at that time, Suzuki did not nominate Japanese guy, but Mr. R.C. Aragawa continuously as our nominee to become the managing director of the company. Then in 97, it became the turn for the government to nominate the managing director. Unfortunately, the guy who was nominated by the government was not in favor or not we support. So that is why we had to have a discussion with them, but the discussion did not succeed. So finally, government nominated the person whom we don't want to make him as a managing director. We had to go to the arbitration with the government. Fortunately, next year we could settle it as a settlement agreement with the government, but it was one of the sad history in terms of the government relations here. So then we started the dismissal process. So from 95, I joined the operation, related jobs task for the India in Japan. And from 99, I started to be here. First 3 years was a representative of Suzuki in Delhi to talk about disinvestment with government and make more relations with the media and the society to make our project successful. So the 3 years, in 3 years, we could have a good agreement with the government to disinvestment for the disinvestment Maruti, and listed in the stock exchange and all things happened. And after we put this company in the stock exchange, government started selling their shares in the market. So first price was 125 to be allocated, but after the listing in the stock exchange, first day it became 157. But in 1 year, it became 1,600 rupees. And nowadays it is more than 11,000 rupees. So during this course, government could sell their shares in a very high price in 4 times range. So that was a very win-win situation for both partners of this project. So that was a very happy part of this. And because of this decision by the government and also agreement with Suzuki, today's Maruti Suzuki is here. In this discussion, Mr. O. Suzuki was quite reasonable to talk and to discuss with the government. And I was very fortunate that my discussion with the government was quite friendly, and we can involve very cooperative people for this discussion. So I'm very thankful to the people here, but also Mr. O. Suzuki, because he granted the power to me to the discussion. So this was the one phenomena in the dismissal process. So this is one study done by jointly with Suzuki and the IIM Kojikode. What is the success reasons of this project? very surprisingly, such academic organization, as a result of this study, said this is because man and man human, relationship, trust between the government and the Suzuki, but majorly person to person. So that was the result of the study, surprisingly. Plus, of course, we could employ many people, business partners, successfully, to make sure their profitability and the success of the business. So these factors are very big in our success story in Maruti Suzuki. So why Suzuki could make it in India? I was considering personally. First of all, Mr. O. Suzuki believed the potentiality of this country because this population is big. His thinking was very simple. Population is big, maybe in future, big market will happen. And this was a top-down decision. Though so many subordinates, so many outside company people were talking that, Osamu-san, are you sure you are going to India? India is nothing. The market is only 50,000 units a year. You are doing it in 100,000 in 10 years? Oh, it's okay. They are very much worried about it. And many of our industry people were laughing that, Mr. Suzuki becomes crazy or something. Whoa. But Mr. Suzuki strongly believed the future of India, potentiality of this market. And the decision was made as a top-down. And but he was very much business-like that he started the smallest size of the investment and gradually, make it bigger and bigger investment. And but in the bottom of his heart, he was thinking that I want to become number one in particular market. If nobody is here, almost, then we can become number one in India. Sorry, we should not say nobody, but the ambassadors are here, Premier was running there, but not some big number. So we recognize this is a huge blue ocean for us, and we could have such a decision because of Mr. Suzuki's leadership. So that was the things. And we could have good business leaders, dealers and suppliers to expand the business, particularly the dealers. If we don't have a big sales network, we can sell cars, though we can make cars. So because of this, we had to have many people who persuade the business partner, like dealers, to make sure the customer satisfaction and the quality of the business. Then, so this part is a major part Mr. O. Suzuki has lead to make it happen. So because of recognizing not only the Indian market, but also we recognize we have another market like Middle East and Africa and Latin American market for the export markets. So we consider this is a so good market. And if we consider the quality of the people here, we have lots of brilliant people here to do it. So, and finally, I must say, government of India had a consistent policy to induct foreign direct investment toward this country. And even in a long term, the government changed so many times, Congress, BJP, and some, mixed government, and again, Congress and BJP. All prime ministers and related ministers are very consistent, no change at all to welcome foreign investment and let them do well here. That made us very successful situation, I must say that. And Mr. Suzuki and ourselves are so thankful to this continuation of this policy. So this is one thing we from this case and Mr. Suzuki's decision. It is believed that India has lack of infrastructures. When I came here in 1995, the landline, telephone line, always cut, something like this. And when we had a discussion with headquarters in Japan, the line, it cut, okay? And I could not continue the discussion. And sometimes when the problem happens and they criticize me, then I artificially said, oh, what happened? Oh, line is cut. I can't speak, Then I could escape from the, discussion, then settle it. So it was a situation, but landline was not required because immediately cell phone available, okay? Cell phone is a big business opportunity. Okay, let's say if all the road in India is so flat and nice and something like all highways, did they accept our small cars, affordable priced, and very tough to the very bad condition of the road? So it was a huge opportunity if something is lacking. So lacking is opportunity for the business. So always with Suzuki, after Mr. Suzuki's leadership, lacking is fortunate. It is our opportunity to grow. So this is what we have in our mind after Mr. Suzuki's leadership. Our mission statement already talk about customers first, then company next, and third, how to develop human beings. It did not change more than 50 years. And our philosophy of conduct is three actors. Sangenshin, we said, Genba, Genbutsu, Genjitsu. So, and Shosho Ketanbi is how do we operate in our business model. And we should have lean management, not so huge organization. These are some philosophy of conduct in our mind. So I came back to Mr. Suzuki's behavior. Some of them I have to introduce. He goes to Genba, real site, and decide watching only the real thing, and as a real fact only. After knowing it, he decides, and always go to factory. Every year he visits all the factories, and he walked around to find out the opportunity to improve more. And lots of subordinates should follow him, okay, by walk. The month of October and November as such. So we do this Genba visit every year, even now. And he always asks figures. And the decision was made by the numeric things, not impression. Ms. Saito, what do you feel about this market? I said, positive. Show me the figure. This is the way we discuss with Mr. Suzuki, always. And when he was discussing with the General Motors for the business development, and when he had a dinner with the top management of General Motors, he said, maybe as a joke, your company is bottoming up? Okay, I think bottom up is a cost up. Top down is a cost down. This is a very famous word, even in today's General Motors, they think about it. Too much consideration from the bottom up is only consuming time and losing the opportunity to do it. So that was his word. This, of course, Shoshoke Tambi is there. And finally, what he said always in the factory is daylight, air, and gravity. That if we put this like this, and it will come down at the gravity, not motor drive. Hayasaka-san do it every day. They does it every day. So free of charge. Why not we don't use this? Is something that Mr. Suzuki always said about this. So his way of decision was not PDCA, plan, do, check, action. No. His way was first, let's do. Then plan it again, and check, and improve. Let's do it. And this, think the countermeasures in a different way than the normal people. And let's realize the solution with less resources. Flexible mind should be there. So decision making in the morning can be different, in the evening. Okay. This is which I learned recently in the IIM Ahmedabad. It is Jugaad. So Mr. Suzuki was originally Indian. Maybe. And because of that, he made a big success in India. So, Suzuki expanded its production location in many countries, but especially we intentionally explored the new market where other auto manufacturers did not do it. So India, even in Pakistan, Pakistan, we are number one, 50% market share still. I was chairman of that company also, And Hungary, yes. Egypt, Myanmar, Ghana, We go to this kind of location and we explore the market by ourselves. So we always say in the world, 8 billion people are there. But out of that, our car population is only 1.7 billion. Even considering that 2 people uses 1 car, still more than half of total population of the earth are waiting for us to come. It is our role. We define it our role. And in India, we have celebrated this 30 million production accumulated recently. It's only 30 million towards 1.4 billion population here. We have so many people, more than next billion, a billion people are waiting for us to come. So we consider this is our home ground, and this is the business what we have to do here. And that is why just recently we started Next Bharat Ventures, which will support the impact entrepreneurs, which will change the society. It will increase people in the rural areas and the agricultural areas and logistics, and we must do more gender inclusion. So that is our next steps to do it. So thank you very much. Let me speak about this. This is just beginning, and I could gather some part of the information in a very short period, but maybe we can continue this kind of discussion in future. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kinji-san. We will have an interaction with you as well a little later, but may I now invite Dr. Hitesh Shukla to please make his presentation. Please.
Thank you, Mukund. Osamu Suzuki, the former chairman, Suzuki Motor Corporation, was a transformational leader with whom I've interacted first in 2015. And I wrote a case on his leadership and Suzuki Motors in 2017. Then, thank you. He's the person who has transformed the company, a Japan's good company, into a great global company, a small family business to a great brand that has created a trust not only in the Japan or India, but across the globe. He's the man who has transformed the company. He entered into in India when the world was looking for the growth to go to the European worlds. But he looks to make a small car. That was his big dream. That's a great lesson we can learn from his life, leadership, and that has created a great legacy. Just to have one word about his legacy, can we imagine how, just about the India, how many dealers this company have? How many OEM suppliers do they have? How many, other supporters, they get the job because of this company came to India. That's his legacy. I think that was the reason why in 90s, the seniors who are sitting here, they said, India comes home in Maruti car. That's the Suzuki. That's Osamu Suzuki, who see a vision, and that has transformed that vision into a global company, a great company, a family company, to a professional run, great brand. I'll skip some of the ideas that is covered in his presentation. Just to add something about his personal matter, he was a fourth son in a farming family. He worked part-time. See, he gone through all the life struggles like you and me. He worked part-time when he was studying. He played a role of school teachers and night guards while doing his study in his early age. And Osamu, he has started his career in banks in initial years. That has given him a lesson of managing finance well, that helped him when he took the leadership in Maruti Suzuki. Let's look into his personal and professional lives deeper. He married to Soko Suzuki, the granddaughter of the patriarch, Michicho Suzuki. He joined companies and earned the position. It's not that he get the position because he come in the family, and because he earned the position and he passed on the CEO's role as a tradition of the family to his son Toshihiro in 2016, and retired as a chairman Suzuki Motor Corporation in June 2021 at the age of 91, but he did not retire. He was sharing his experience to the company and to the peoples working at Suzuki Motor Corporations, and share his knowledge and learn from them. That is his word, that I am learning and I'm sharing my knowledge with my people. Let's look at that. His first things, I will not touch upon the Alto car because it's already covered by my friend. So Alto car was a small car that has made a great success in Suzuki Motors, Japan. That time, Suzuki has created a great success in small car and moved to the global market, considering the mission and the vision, the foundation created by the founder. I will use the different word that you have already spoken, that, he focused on developing a product which is of superior quality, focusing on the customer. So the three words my friend has already told, that see the market, see the condition, the reality, understand the market, do innovation. So first you do and then improve it through the teamwork. He believed in teamwork. He focused on we rather than I. Please go through in 50, 60 years journey of Osamu Suzuki with Suzuki. He never used the word I. He always focused on the team, and he make every individual, like the examples we have here, my friend Saito, that he created everyone excel at his or her position in the organization and contribute for the betterment of the organization. That was the foundation of Suzuki Motor, the patriarch that was taken forward by Osamu Suzuki. If you look at the Suzuki's foundation, Mr. Suzuki believed that, of course, we know Suzuki as a company of technology that comes to India with the technology. But you go back in the history, you will surprise that Suzuki focused more on skill. Once you develop the skills, this skill will develop the technology. They will improve the technology, and that scale the business with a greater productivity. I've read somewhere that Maruti once produced highest productivity per car for 12 seconds timing. That was a great record of Suzuki Motor Corporation. So that's all about the speed. That's all about the creating a culture. And wherever they go, whatever the market they enter, they create a synergy. Whether it's a government, whether it's a customer, whether it's dealers, whether it's OEM supplier, and that's created a sustainable business for Suzuki Motor Corporations. Now we are coming to India. I spoke in the beginning when the world was looking at the global market. The man who took a different route. He didn't make a luxurious car in 1980s. He make a small car. He make a most efficient car. That has given a first people's car to India. The first idea came in 1980, but you will surprise that in just 15 months time, the factory was ready and the first car was rolled on to the road. With the philosophy of Mr. Suzuki was to value for money. He looked at the affordability. Availability means easy to available. You should not wait for a scooter or car for years. Reliable car, easy to maintain. Fuel efficient. Means Mr. Suzuki not only look at the price of selling a car, but he look at the maintenance car and operational cost of the car. That has built a trust in Indian market with the customers. And we as an Indian, we are different people, We have identified one more value in Maruti car, that is a better resale value too. That's from my side. Now let's see, what was the communication? Senior people do remember this advertisement and communication about the Maruti car.
छोटे बस कर यार
पापा की करो पेट्रोल खत्म ही नहीं होता
चैंपियन
See, that was a message that people love this car because of its reliability and fuel efficiency. That was a game changer for Maruti Suzuki to come to India. The architect of Indian car industry, the game changer, is Mr. Suzuki. When he come to India, his master stroke was focusing on emerging market. You can see his leadership lessons when he come to Indian markets. He not only do business, but he was saying that, for me, business is beyond the numbers. Of course, he used 3H in his leadership style. He used head. When he's sitting with Mr. Saito, he's asking him numbers, that what's the number, what's the sales, what's the profit. But when he go to the customers, he use the heart, the second edge. He asked the people, what's your problem? He asked the, all stakeholders, what are the challenges you face in my car, in my things? Once in his interview, he said to one Indian customer that, don't worry about the product. You are not buying a product. On every car, you will see my family name. That's his word. That is the Suzuki's commitment to his product, to his business. His vision is always believing in collaborations and innovation, whether it's working with the government or stakeholders or customers or dealers. Mr. Suzuki has a deep-rooted relation with Gujarat, whether it's the initial vibrant Gujarat to his last commitment that was made in the last Vibrant Gujarat Summit. His team and Suzuki has made a commitment to invest 35,000 crore to Gujarat. That we will see, and that I'm sure that will make a remarkable difference in the economy of Gujarat. Wonderful things happen on 24th December 2024. That's Gujarat Shizuoka Partnership Day, which was celebrated at Ahmedabad Management Association just one day before he died. He moved for his heavenly journey. We must thank you, or we must remember or respect Mukesh Patel for his connections and nurturing the relationship with Japan, and especially for Suzuki AMA Japan Learning Centers. This slide, now we are moving from India to global business. The company I said, small company, family business company from Japan coming to India. India is a second home for Japan, Suzuki Motor Corporation, as it is contributing the maximum numbers to the global business. These are the countries where you will find the major contribution of Suzuki Motor Corporations, but it's not limited to that countries only. So India is considered as the second home where Suzuki has a very high hope for that. The man of Hall of Fame, considered as a father of motoring Hall of Fame, Mr. Osamu Suzuki. His humble beginning, but crafted execution. He looked at the three things for all his executions: go to the actual place, understand the things, and work on that and provide them a best solution. But when you talk about the solution, you have to see on three things. One is the minimum cost. Second is the highest quality. So Suzuki focus, two eyes. One eye is always on the cutting the cost, and second eye is always on the higher side of the quality. While he always, motivate their people to work on the innovation and improve the productions to satisfy the customers. Suzuki entered with just one model. Today it has 18 models in the market, and they are expecting to have 29-30 models by 2030-31. The reason is their think tank. The first S, the skills, the mindset of their employee. He motivates his people to look at as an entrepreneurs and give them the real problems and work on it and improve the production. That is his mantra of success. Let's see why Suzuki is so successful in India, in a market which was looking for its own car.
Where are we heading, Mr. Navigator?
Basically, we're heading nowhere.
Parwa diya na?
Let me drive.
Keep going along the river, yeah?
River? Map सीधा कर.
अरे वो देख, hey, कांचा!
अरे कांचा, यहाँ कहीं खाने पीने का बंदोबस्त है?
नहीं, तो एटलीस्ट रहने के लिए जगह है?
अरे छोड़ना यार, forget it. चल.
अरे पूछना.
यहाँ कहीं मारुति सर्विस स्टेशन है क्या? है.
Hey!
You may not get food, you may not get shelter, but for sure you will get genuine parts, you will get service center of Maruti. That's the success of Maruti in India. Osamu's leadership believes in working together. He always creates winning situations for all the parties. They are not transferring only technology, but they are transferring work culture. If you look at the HR of Suzuki Motor Corporation, what do? Wherever they go, they have a system of joint leadership, wherein one person you will find from the Japan and the other person is from the host nation, that may be from India, maybe from wherever they go. So that is better to understand the culture, better to understand the market, better to understand the customer. That's the leadership style that has transformed the Indian market. And I said, for Suzuki, Mr. Suzuki, India is a second home. He traveled a lot to India. He worked very hard for success in India. For him, happy employee who can delight customer. That's why wherever you go in Suzuki, you will find only one. I would say it in that way, that the gate of the Suzuki goes through the canteen, where you will get the same food for all the people. So you first feed yourself, and then you work better for the productivity, for the better quality, and satisfy your customers. That was reflected here. I told you that Mr. Suzuki, he don't work only with the head. He's not looking only at the numbers. He looks business, beyond profit. Once in an interview, he was asked and he replied, I know what Japan was before the World War II. In those days, the highways between Osaka and Nagoya was not paved. There were poor people too. So for me, I know what hardship people have gone through and what I've seen poor people in India. I can understand. That means he looked the market and the customer by heart. That is his second hit. And the third H is his hand. His hand, he said, my hands are my people. Whether it's my dealers, whether it's my workers, whether it's my workplace. Let's see his own commitment, what I said that you see in this video through Osamu's life.
Sumit.
Well, Shabani, it's Mr. Suzuki, the global Suzuki Motor Corp's global chairman. It's his second visit in this last 6 months here. Well, he's of course here to attend the AGM, which is tomorrow. But today he spent most of his time visiting dealerships in and around Delhi. So we caught up with him in one of those dealerships, and he was actually inspecting all cars here. He went to see how the cars are serviced there. He interacted with customers there. He handed over the car's keys to some customers. So it's a very important event from the point of view of Suzuki, for which India is a very important market as it is contributing 85% of its profits. It is also important from the point of view that the competition is really knocking at the doors of the nations.
You can see whenever he is in India, he go and meet dealers. He go and see the soft floor of the factory, and he go and see the workstations where the cars were servicing. He meet the customers, understand them properly. That's working with hearts, getting the feedback about the product, getting ready for the improvement in the products. That's his leadership style. He always create a pipeline of leadership. Suzuki never hire or buy talent outside. They build the talent. The example is here, the gentleman who has spent his entire life with Suzuki Motor Corporations. So that has created him and building the talents. For him, the people first. He understands the customers, employee. That's why he has created a leadership academy at Maruti. And he works on, created a global capacity centers in India. Everybody working in Suzuki, for him, is a part of the Suzuki family. And that's why he celebrated birthday of his friend Asi Bhargava, a 90th birthday in 2024. I said he believed in teamwork. He focused on we. He built the capacity. He adds the value in the entire supply chain. That may be OEM supplier, dealers or employee. The picture itself shows you that the Indian dealers are visiting Hamamatsu and are trying to understand the work, worker and workplace. That's the success story. That's the collaborative leadership style of Mr. Suzuki. He wants every individual to be excellent in his or her work. Let's see how he is committed to his job. Look at his age and look at his performance, what he is doing. That's his commitment. Even after his retirement, he's committed to his business. He's committed to the community. This is all about his business model of car, and it has created a platform. He cares for the people who cannot afford the brand new car. Once a question was asked, we must salute the gentleman looking at the question. The legendary figure, we must salute him. He was asked a question, how long you intend to stay with the company? Mr. Suzuki replied, he smiled and replied, until the day I die. That's his commitment to Suzuki Motor Corporation, and it is reflected throughout his life. Lifelong, non-retiring person. What's the legacy? I can see, even if we look on any roads of India, we look at any roads that the countries we have seen, right? You will find a Suzuki car. That's a symbol, that's a brand of reliability and commitment and trust. Trust to the market, trust to the customer. When you have buy this car, particularly in India, Suzuki is considered as synonyms for Maruti. What is the legacy? What is the lessons we can take away from here today is his leadership and lessons, balancing independency as a Suzuki and creating alliance with different parts of the world, different markets. He collaborated for the technology innovations entering into the global market and created independency as a Suzuki Motor Corporation. That's one of the greatest, lessons as a leaders we can do. He was a great communicator and he see what anybody else cannot see. That's why he came to India. His innovative leadership and strategic vision shaped Suzuki, also had a lasting impact on the global automotive landscape, particularly in India and Japan. Thank you, Osamu Suzuki, for your leadership, your wisdom, and the path you have paved for generations to come. Your legacy will continue to drive the wheels of the progress for years to come. Sayonara. May his memory be honored and may his spirit find peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hitesh Bhai. And friends, we can take a few minutes if you have any questions for Kinji-san in particular. He's all the way here. Before I request my friend, Mr. Yatindra Sharma, to close the session, please feel free to ask any questions for Kinji-san, I'm sure. Yes, of course, please.
I felt that he's around, still around with us. So thank you so much. Your presentation was so detailed and so good. So can I have a copy of it, please? Your presentation and
both the PowerPoints.
yeah, and Dr. Hitesh as well. So I enjoyed your. So one question for that both of the speakers and yeah, against panel as well. How you take competition with I can name the company Tata's or so on. How you take the competition with the other motor companies from around the world? Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
With
thank
the
you.
Nano, with
Yes,
the Nano especially.
yeah. Thank you for the nice wordings to us, and we are very thankful to have opportunity to do the business here. First of all, so the matter related to the competition is a very normal thing in the industry. If the competition is not there, industry doesn't grow. So we welcome the competition. Then industry standard will go up and improve, and the customer will be very much happy because of this development. That is why competition is very important. Now Tata Motors and other manufacturers are doing very well. We welcome it, so we have to do more and more because of that. So such encouragement is happening because of the competition. So if the competition is not so much, then our effort will not be so much. But that is only Indian market. Then if we are not so eager to compete each other, then our power, our competitiveness toward the world will be less. So that is why competition is so important for us, and we welcome that. So basic, reaction toward your question is like this. But detailed plan of how to do is secret. Thank you very much.
So it's a business related.
Anybody? Yes, yes.
Hello. As a local citizen, I've owned many models of Suzuki, Maruti for the last 20 years. And each time we go to upgrade our car or we go for servicing, we always spend time as a family with the staff and have a cup of coffee like we do at AMA. We're very proud of the services. Thank you.
Thank you very much for continuingly related with us. And I'm very much afraid that ourselves and the business partners are doing well with you. So, but please, if something wrong, please criticize us and give us some opportunity to improve. So that should be, our very healthy, relationship with the customer. So your criticism and evaluation is very much welcome. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes, please.
India is a growing market for luxury cars in a bracket of 50 lakhs and above. My question is, number one, do you have a plan to enter into luxury segment? And the second question, Suzuki is a proven vehicles in on Indian roads. So is the plan for Suzuki Motors to introduce any scrapping policy for existing users so that they can scrap old vehicles and enjoy the new technology which has been introduced in worldwide? Thank you.
Okay. So for the first question, what kind of product will be introduced? So we cannot answer it in details, but the important point is we are always with the customers. If the customers' needs something, then we have to do that thing. So that is our ways. That my answer to you is yes, in broad way. But how to take care of the customer is maybe a bit different. We are not going to the very gorgeous cars. We are always with normal customers. That is base. Okay, but even the normal customer wants to have a bit larger size of a vehicle or large tire size vehicle. If they so, then we have to take care, of course. The second question is what is related to that? Second one is scrapping cost. Scrapping is now the matter of due. In future, always we have to consider easily deassemble it, and also all the materials can be reused. That kind of circular should be established. That is in our due policy for all automobile manufacturers in the world. So yes, true. So we are doing such a direction.
Good evening, everyone. My question is Maruti is going to launch a car which cost is around 1 lakh. That is a common man car. In near future.
Are you going to launch 100,000 cars?
What launch in terms of pricing?
Yes, in terms of pricing. That is the cost of car is only for the 1 lakh. That is a common man's car, like a Tata Nano.
Yeah, no, we are not. You are talking about the less price one?
Yes, yes.
Oh, if you like it, we consider it. But Nano was hated by so many people. So if you like to have an automobile, 4-wheelers, so at less price, we may consider it. But we have to discuss with the government, because government now thinking they have to put a lot of safety devices. One example, 6 airbags. If we consider many people in this country does not fasten seat belt, then 6 airbag is a bit dangerous. Do you know it? So we need to have a more discussion with the government. What is good for the customer? But yes, the less cost but nice car is the best car. Yes. I agree with you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, hello. My name is Professor Jigar Pandya, and I'm also professor in management at the Indian Institute of Management. My question is, first of all, compliments to you. I'm a great fan of Japanese philosophy, Japanese management, and I closely follow the lifestyle, and I'm very fascinated. My question is that did Maruti really miss the SUV game in India? There are two major Japanese car makers that are dominating the market in India as well as the world. One is Suzuki and one is Honda. Either of that, they did not get into the SUV segment, which is the fastest growing segment in India in past 10 years. Any reasons or thought process in that?
This for me. Thank you very much for the questions. Honestly speaking, we did not believe so many expensive SUV can be sold in such numbers. Honestly speaking, our guess was wrong. But we are now catching up. Okay, thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Kinji-san, late Osamu-san, and the entire Suzuki family as somebody coming from the middle class of Indian society, I would like to, express this heartfelt thank you for fulfilling our dreams of owning a car. It means a lot to us. I have two questions for you, and both on lighter notes, nothing to do with business. The first one is, as a common Indian, when I hear Japan, the one word that comes to my mind is reliability. Likewise, what does a Japanese think when he, comes across India? And the second question that I have is, as a fanboy of Gypsy, are there any, plans of relaunching Gypsy in India? That would be, something. If any hint around it also would help me. Thank you.
First question is very difficult to answer, but I must say, this is a country of opportunities. Even we have many kinds of people here. Rich people there, but not so much rich people there, and working or not working, and in many kind of working way is there. So this variety of people. And still they are thinking that tomorrow will be better than yesterday. We want to be further, rich, further enjoyable life. The way of thinking in such a way is amazing. In Japan, even the young people, they don't consider tomorrow is much better than yesterday. No. They consider don't change. Nothing bad happen. Please. That is the very difficult society to grow. Here we have huge opportunity because all the people are considering tomorrow, the day after, better and better. That is the power of India's economy and society. We're looking forward to enjoy it in the business. So that is answer one. And what is gypsy bag? Not possible, is it? Because government does not allow this kind of car now. 6 airbag, how we can put in a gypsy? Right? Please go to the government, change the policy. Please.
Well, thank you very much. May I now invite Mr. Yatindra Sharma to please give his closing remarks and wrap up the session. Yatindra.
Good evening. Our guest of honor, Kinji Saito-san, our keynote speaker, Dr. Hitesh Shukla, Hayasaka-san, my friend Mukesh bhai, and friends. We had a wonderful time to pass through memory lane, and these two speakers have given some of the very, I should say, delightful, at the same time, learning insights into the legendary role of Osamu Suzuki-san, who used to be former chairman of Suzuki Corporation Limited. While as a co-traveler of Mr. Osamu Suzuki-san, Mr. Saito deliberated the entire journey which Suzuki passed through. At the same time, Hitesh bhai spoke about his association and his perception in terms of various aspects of development of brand Suzuki in India under the leadership of Mr. Osamu Suzuki-san. Point is that if we look at 1981, go back into the history and look at the reference, I think it was kind of a Startup India at the same time Make in India program for Mr. Osamu Suzuki-san. very difficult challenges. The first challenge was that they had to deal with the government, which believed in license Raj, always restricting how much to produce and not really laying the ground for open competition. So one of the major tasks was to manage the government. Second challenge was, it was a business decision with the passion and commitment by the leader that they talked about making a volume which was just double the volume the car manufacturers were doing in India to start with. At the same time, the challenge was to manufacture a product which is affordable, which is reliable. At the end of the day, it has to bring smile on the faces of users, which was not the case with other models which were available in Indian market, where we all were waiting for months together, years together to get a car. And also, while using, within few weeks, they had their own problems. Another challenge was that whatever the Japanese work culture and the manufacturing excellence, what they believed in, they had to implement in India, where there was not a reliable supply chain, there was not a culture of teamwork in a manner what Japan believed in, working together, staying together, and aspiring together to go for the manufacturing excellence of the best of best. Now with all that, if you look at the journey of, legendary leader who created the modern car manufacturing business in India, the credit goes to Suzuki Corporation. And I'm really happy that we have one of the, pivotal individuals, Mr. Keichi-san, Saito-san, who had worked with, this leader, and he has seen the journey, the way in which Suzuki has grown. I mean, these are the issues which have been addressed with passion, commitment, and never say die spirit. I mean, this is something which is a secret of success of Suzuki in India. In fact, I had a chance to, start one new venture into your industry, Saito-san, I would like to mention about. We were the first one to bring in the rubber injection molding technology, along with German collaboration in India, and I was the pioneer of this company in India. And we have seen the kind of products which were being produced other than Maruti, and what you insisted on developing the kind of zero defect product manufacturing by supply chain, and that also a supply chain which has to fit into a JIT concept. Not that, payable when able and deliverable when able. Not that concept which was there in Indian industry. So point is that with that, when you started and launched this car, it was welcomed by Indian consumers in a very big way. They really liked the vehicle so much. But the point is that you did not stay with one product. Within 5 years, you brought out Maruti Zen, Maruti Van, Maruti Gypsy, all kinds of models which are available for various, affordable classes. At the same time, the upward journey of Maruti has been so much so impressive that if we go back to somewhere around 2006-07, where the Tata Nano car was launched as a people's car with a price tag of 100,000 rupees. Point is that Tata's never understood what was people's aspiration of people's car. And that was proven by Maruti hands down, where instead of losing their market share, losing their business volume, they increased their business volume with launch of, Alto and various versions. And point is that this were the commitment of Suzuki to people's car, affordable car, and various versions which are required due to the various aspirations of people. I think in a market of more than, millions of cars in this country, Today, Suzuki is holding a market share of 41%, non-stop. And that what speaks a lot about dynamic, visionary, I should say, a passionate leadership of the legendary, chairman of Suzuki Corporation, Osamu Suzuki-san. We are really glad to listen to both of you, and we could take away a lot of, information, also anecdotes, and also lessons for the life. And thank you very much for giving such a wonderful insight into the leadership of Osamu Suzuki-san. And may I request all of you to give them a big round of applause. And with that, I conclude and thank you very much.